What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com.
Here are my DFS picks for NFL playoffs, wild card round, top DFS picks.
These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button
And hit that bell icon
so you don't miss our new videos.
In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for this week's NFL slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, NFL playoffs, wild card round. Let's take a look at the quarterback position. So I like Josh Allen from the Buffalo Bills playing the New England Patriots, who have the worst defense overall, and they give up the third most fantasy points to opposing quarterbacks. Josh Allen has averaged 26 fantasy points per game on the season. He gets an average of 7.2 rush attempts per game. He's projected at 24.8 fantasy points here in the first round of the playoffs. He's 7,800 DraftKings salary, 900 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 43.5 points scored in this game, with the Buffalo Bills favored by 4.5. So Josh Allen has scored 24, 24, and 34 fantasy points in his last 3 games. He got 5, 15, and 12 rush attempts in those games. So I love the rushing floor. I love the matchup. So I'm going to pay up for Josh Allen here versus the New England Patriots. Okay, now if you want a quarterback, if you want to save some salary at the quarterback position, take a look at Jimmy Garoppolo from the San Francisco 49ers playing the Dallas Cowboys, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall. And although they've been pretty good versus opposing quarterbacks, Jimmy Garoppolo has averaged 17.2 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 2.5 rush attempts per game. He's projected at 16.1 fantasy points here in the first round of the playoffs. He's 5,300 DraftKings salary, 1,500 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 49.5 points scored in this game, with the 49ers trailing by 3.5. So Jimmy Garoppolo's been out with a thumb injury, but he came back last week. He put up 18 fantasy points. He had 18 fantasy points in the game before that. So he's got 20 plus fantasy point upside. I like that low salary price tag if you're looking to save some salary at the quarterback position in what should be a high scoring game and possibly a passing game script. So I like Jimmy Garoppolo here versus the Dallas Cowboys.
Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching.
If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal,
all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won.
And we'll send you $25 PayPal.
So it's that easy,
and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video.
So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you.
Okay, let's take a look at the running back position. So I like Devin Singletary from the Buffalo Bills playing the New England Patriots, who have the worst defense overall, and they give up the most fantasy points to opposing running backs. Devin Singletary has averaged 11.8 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 11.1 rush attempts per game and 2.9 pass targets per game. But take a look at his last 3 games. He scored 25, 26, and 19 fantasy points in his last 3 games off of 19, 23, and 12 rush attempts on top of 2, 1, and 6 pass targets. So tons of volume, lots of production, and he's only 5,700 DraftKings salary. He's 1,100 more on FanDuel. We know Vegas thinks there's going to be 43.5 points scored in this game, with the Buffalo Bills favored by 4.5. So I love the matchup here, and I like that low price tag with that 20 plus fantasy point upside. So I like Devin Singletary here versus the New England Patriots. Okay, let's take a look at the wide receiver position. I like Mike Evans from the Tampa Bay Bucks playing the Philadelphia 76ers, who have a Philadelphia Eagles, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall. They've been pretty good versus opposing wide receivers, but Mike Evans has averaged 16.8 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 7.1 pass targets per game. He's projected at 16.5 fantasy points here in the first round of the playoffs. He's $6,900 DraftKings salary, $1,300 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 49.5 points scored in this game, with the Tampa Bay Bucks favored by 8.5. So with no Chris Godwin, no Antonio Brown, I think Mike Evans is going to get a ton of pass targets in this game. He scored 27 and 15 fantasy points in his last 2 games, got 7 pass targets in each of those games. I could see him with 10 plus pass targets in this one. So although it's not a great matchup, I think the pass targets will make up for that. So I like Mike Evans here versus the Philadelphia Eagles.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all the tools for NFL. NBA is right around the corner. This is a great time to get in and try everything for 1 month. The tools are all about saving research time. You can see the last 3 games, the fantasy points per game, the targets they got per game, so you can see how involved they are in the offense, the rushes they got per game. Seeing all this stuff on one screen helps you save time and make better picks. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, moving on to the tight end position. I like Dalton Schultz from the Dallas Cowboys playing the San Francisco 49ers, who have a good defense overall. They've been good versus opposing tight ends, but Dalton Schultz has averaged 12.3 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 6.1 pass targets per game. He's projected at 12.4 fantasy points here in the first round of the playoffs. He's $5,000 DraftKings salary, $1,200 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 49.5 points scored in this game, with the Cowboys favored by 3.5. Now, Dalton Schultz has scored 17, 11, and 22 fantasy points in the last 3 games, off of 3, 10, and 9 pass targets. So he's getting a lot of volume, and he just always seems to be productive. Let's check his last 5 games. 4 out of the last 5 has done really well, scoring 17, 11, 22, and 21 fantasy points. So this is a guy that can get it done for you at a low price tag, or relatively low for the tight end position. Although there are some good deals at the tight end position this week. You got Travis Kelce at $6,700. He's normally over $7,000 DraftKings salary. You got George Kittle at $6,000, and he's normally around $7,000. So a couple of discounted studs on the slate at the tight end position. You got Rob Gronkowski at $6,400, who should be a fantastic play here versus the Philadelphia Eagles. But if you do need to squeeze out that extra $1,000 or $1,500 salary, take a look at Dalton Schultz here versus the San Francisco 49ers.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video, or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.